Another successful week for Team Trash Bag. It's your boy Trash Bag. Easy money on the mic. I got a few things I need to go over. First and foremost, none of you are any good. That's the main thing I want. If y'all don't hear anything else, I want you to hear that none of you are any good. Skeet record, Skeet lack of points scored against. Just a variable of other grounds in which I plan to implement throughout this entire podcast. Again, it's your boy Trash Bag, aka the 2-in-1 gangster on the track, ready to drop some knowledge, finesses, and knowledge and information regarding the league to you individuals, you vultures, you menaces to society, you animals. Let's get right into it. First off, again, I can't even begin to fathom how easy this week could have possibly been against Skeet. It way easier than I could have ever imagined. Calder got a win. We had a few other things. I'll go over some storylines here in a minute. We got what else happened? Let me see here. We had a few trades. Shocker, I know. We'll do one other thing real quick. Y'all know what time it is, baby. It is the Week 3 Ravens ACL tracker. As you could imagine, we have more information to provide to you this week. Patrick McCarry, our left guard, this is our third string left guard, broke his ankle. What more do I gotta say? He broke his ankle, and not the kind of ankle breaking that I would do to Evan. His ankle left the chat, and I'll just leave it at that. We are down to our fourth string left guard. That is the blind side for Lamar Jackson. Clearly the Ravens hate Lamar, or they are racist because they don't want to pay the man, nor do they want to protect his blind side. So can someone call Michael Orr off the blind side to get this man in here? Can someone protect Lamar? Can someone protect Lamar? I mean, what more do y'all want this man to do? He leads the NFL in total touchdowns, passing touchdowns, longest touchdowns, QBR. He's third in the league in rushing, third in the league behind Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb. I just don't know what more you could possibly want from the man. Just pay him. You slide a blank check under his door like I slid a plate under Alex's door. You slide it under his door. You say, Lamar, sign here. Enter whatever number you want. If it's $500 million, you get $500 million. If it's $700 million, you get $700 million. I shouldn't have to keep doing this. I mean, the Ravens will fail. They will fail the league. They will fail the team. They will fail the city, and they'll fail the fans. Call no Atlanta Falcons on failing the fans. I'm done. I'm good. I'm good. I had to get that out of my system. Call no people coming into BMW on getting stuff out of their system. Yeah, okay, so anyway, hi man, what do you think? The Trash Bag on the mic, 143 for the week. It's my second high man of the year. Man, hey, you guys are getting easy. This did not take long. And call no my stamina on not taking long. It did not take long for me to really show my fangs in this league. The low man, Galt. Wow. Galt scraped by with a late fourth quarter touchdown from CeeDee Lamb from Cooper Rush to escape low man. Wow, Galt got fed. Galt had a 100-plus point swing from last week to this week. It's really hard to even fathom being that bad. The best and worst plays. Shouldn't even have to do this. As far as best plays, most people just kind of plugged and played, Pauls, about what their about what they had on their team. It was kind of plug and play. What you see is what you get kind of stuff. But there were some bad plays for sure. Galt's defense, a little bit of a head scratcher. So Galt lost by 3 to Clay. Probably the biggest pillow fight we've ever seen to date. He lost to Clay by 3. Galt played Atlanta's defense. I don't care if Atlanta. I do not care if they're playing South Carolina. I don't care. You simply do not play Atlanta Falcons defense. You have the Buffalo Bills playing the Dolphins. I get that. The Buffalo Bills are going to get sacks. They are going to get an interception or two. They are fast. They are aware. They are instinctual. They're just a good group of guys. On that team. I'm serious. I'm serious. If it was between South Carolina playing the Falcons or the Bills playing the number 1 offense in the league, by the way, which is the Ravens, I would pick the Bills. I'm sorry. I'm picking the Bills. And as far as the Bills and Ravens this week, if you have Stephon Diggs, do not trade him this week. Our secondary is Swiss cheese without the cheese. It is a giant crater. It's a black hole. Do not trade Stephon Diggs this week. Let him get his 40 and sell him on the high. I'm telling you, I don't want to act like any of your mothers, but you have to understand what Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen are going to do to this Baltimore Ravens secondary. It is going to be atrocious. It is going to be hard to watch. I'm serious. I might just watch this on offense and fast forward it. I can't fathom what those two are going to do to our defense. Gabriel Davis, probably get him a tutty or two. It is gonna be hard to watch. Mega pause. And before I jump into the most pathetic team performances, actual teams, some of our storylines of the week. Again, I can't think off the top of my head. I won. Clay won, Calder won, Cheese won, and who else is in the league? It would have been Evan and Zach won. So those are the 5 that won. Scoggins, as he has no ACC or Pac-10. He's had a bit of a laughable schedule. So I think coming in the coming weeks, I think he'll really reveal himself. No Hunter Biden on revealing himself. Again, I think Skeet. I think he's got the most points for, and it's not by that close either. Like he's got a ton of points in this league. Had my team not entered the hospital last week, I had high man, low man, high man, and I think had my team not hit the hospital, I probably had the most points in the league. But I let bygones be bygones. Skeet has a lot of points, nothing really to show for it. No Detroit Lions on having a lot of points, but nothing to show for it. Calder's 2-1. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I call no American education system on not making sense. I don't really know how that's even possible. But I mean, he did okay. He's got a decent team. Called him office, and I think he's just got to make smarter roster plays. His bench has been burning down the league, and I think he's just got to make a few different plays there. And who else? So Clay Cheese beat Gary. It was kind of close. I think it was like 120-95. Gary, he's 0-3. Doesn't have a terrible team. Far from great. Don't get me wrong. But he's kind of yet to find his identity. No Bruce Jenner on not being able to find his or her identity. And hopefully she'll be coming around the mountain as she comes, but we'll see how Gary plays it moving forward. He's thrown his best asset on the table. I think oh my goodness gracious, someone just ran across Wade Hampton. He kind of played. He's putting his best asset on the table. You kind of have to at this point if you're Gary, just trying to see if anything can happen. And finally, Clay, like I said, Clay kind of he beat Galt by He beat Galt by 3, less than 3 or something like that. Had Galt played the Buffalo defense, he would have won, making Galt, I think Galt would have been 3-0 at that point. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, Clay kind of stole one from Galt. No American tax system on stealing from people. But I mean, overall, I mean, the standings, I can hit those real quick and just kind of see exactly where we are using my trusty number of phones. All of you. Let's see here. Let's go to league and standings. Oh, yo. Standings. Here we go. All right. So in the okay, brother, hold on. I'm having some technical difficulties here, per the usual. All right, here we go. Standings. In the no division, you have Zach 3-0, Andrew 2-1, Evan 1-2, Cheese 1-2, and Gary 0-3. Really hard to think about how bad Gary could be. The highest 2 percentages of playoff is Zach at 86, Andrew at 85. In the cheese division, we have Galt and Calder at 2-1, as well as Clay. So 3 2-1s, followed by a couple 1-2s, Skeet and Alex. Alex, I mean, Skeet is 1-2 and Clay's 2-1. But Skeet has a higher chance of making the playoffs right now, according to Watson, which you can take that with a grain of salt. But that's just how it is right now. And the most points in the league, it's Skeet, 409, and me, I'm coming behind him, Megapaws at 370. Skeet also has 418 points against him. Oh, wow. Next closest is Gary. Gary's just an absolute punching bag right now. He just doesn't have the firepower to keep up with said punches, so it's kind of hard to even fathom being in Gary's shoes. 9-11 level postal, we had Lamar Jackson. He had a 40-piece nugget again. Pay him. I'm done. I'm not even going to continue to beat around the bush here. Just pay him, pay him. And Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had a 20-piece nugget. He actually caught some balls, so he had a pretty good game. If I were Cheese, I'd fully suggest selling him on the high to the highest bidder. So anyone who's impulsive, me, Calder, Skeet, people like that, I would reach out to their camps immediately if I were Cheese. And then finally, we'll just go to the most pathetic team performances as a whole. Again, I mean, these guys just making cameo after cameo appearance on this segment of the show. The Washington Foreskins. How bad can you be? There was a point in the football game where the Phillies had 333 total yards. Washington had -2! How? How can you be that bad? And I think what Galt's doing is incredible. I cannot fault him at all for doing it. He is trying to sell Carson Wentz on the utmost high while he can, but his value is diminishing by the absolute second. No American dollar on value diminishing by the second. Galt, Carson Wentz had a couple 25-piece nuggets and then put up I think less than 5. It was really hard to witness. The Broncos and 49ers game. I'm sitting here wanting to watch a good football game with my wife on a Sunday night. There's nothing more I like. I go to church, I come home, eat a little lunch maybe, watch football, eat dinner, and then I watch Sunday night football after a sugar biscuit goes to sleep, and then I watch it with my wife, eat a little popcorn. She's great, right? So boom. We're sitting here trying to have a good time. I'd have had more fun cutting my grass with scissors than watching that football game. I've been more entertained chewing gum than watching that football game. It was hard to watch. It was pathetic. I don't understand. I think, again, wherever Nathaniel Hackett goes, ineptitude follows. It's like a shadow for him. I don't want to go down that rabbit trail, but man, is he bad. Jimmy Garoppolo, horrible. I don't think we need to continue going through that that ordeal. It's just, man, how bad can they be? What else do we? And there's one more, and I hate it. I hate it, guys. The Seahawks. I mean, you're at home to the Atlanta Falcons, and again, Cordero Patterson's a good football player. I'm not trying to not call her every time I get on this show, but it's Cordero Patterson. He's a journeyman. He's 34 years old, and he is running over grown 22-year-old men, linebackers, running them over at home. The Seattle Seahawks at home getting terrorized by Marcus Mariota and Cordero Patterson. It's shocking. It's crazy to think that how they could be so bad at what they do. But anyway, I'm gonna look forward to next week, and I'm gonna get out of here. This has gone a little bit too long. Not the first time I've said that. Let's see here. Week 4, Rated IR and Zach battle for first place in the no division. Probably going to be the match of the week. I don't see anything else indicating otherwise. No, this is the match of the week. I'm calling it into existence. Right now, projections are 128 to 120. And that's got in my favor. You know how that goes. Calder and Gary. Calder is more than likely going to be 3-1. Gary is trying to avoid the 0-4 bug. I mean, 0-4 is just a huge valley to climb out of. But Gary, it's almost must win. Calder could really put one of the 4 nails in Gary's coffin with that win. Skeet and Clay. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's 2-1, 1-2. Projections are 123 to 113 in Skeet's favor. Evan and Cheese, always fun. 2-1-2 and 1-2s. One person's gonna get brought back to the middle of the pack. The other's gonna fall down there in Gary range. And then we have Alex and Galt. If Alex is to beat Galt, he really evens up the Cheese division. And he could possibly even take the lead depending on how many points each of them has. And, Galt having low man really seems very possible. But, yeah, I went ahead and did this. I'll let Cheese handle the waiver wire warrior segment. But that's all I got, really. I mean, let me actually see recent activity. I want to see some of these trades to go through these trades because you guys are absolute terrorists. So Calder and Skeet. Skeet traded Allen Robinson, Gordon, and Devontae Adams and got Harris, Waddle, and Bateman. Just not really that good of players in general. Waddle and Adams are the main pieces. I don't even know who got finessed here, to be honest with you. I can't stand Damian Harris. So I don't even think he's part of this deal. I don't think Allen Robinson's part of this deal. I don't think Melvin Gordon's part. So, I mean, it's basically, in my opinion, Rashad Bateman and Jalen Waddle for Devontae Adams. And I don't know. I mean, on paper, Skeet finessed him. Do I like Adams more than both of them? Sure. Get the best player? Sure. But as of right now, I've got to proclaim this a Class C finessing in the favor of Skeet. That's all I got. That's it. I can't help that. I mean, could it change? Absolutely. But as of this second, I can't help that. Then we had the drunk fiasco. I'm not even going to go into detail about that. Oh boy, here we go. Patrick Mahomes, Brandon Cooks, and Zach Ertz for Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson. Based on last week's scoring, this is looking like a Class A finessing in favor of the trash bag. It could very well change. Zach Ertz dropped 2 touchdown passes, so this could have been way different had he just caught the ball. No Hollywood Brown or not being able to catch. Patrick Mahomes had a little bit of an off game, and I don't think Lamar's going to put up a 40-piece nugget every single game, right? And Andrews isn't going to put up a 20-piece. But, I mean, 30 and 15 from him, yeah, it's very possible. But I think it's a little bit more fair than the paper says. But as of right now, Evan probably get finessed. I'll proclaim it as a Class B finessing. And I don't really... Oh, here's one other trade. Brandon Cooks and Amon-Ra St. Brown for A.J. Brown, Logan Thomas, and Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson was somewhat of a little sneaky prize I had. AJ Brown and Amon-Ra is the best 2 in the deal. Amon-Ra is probably the best player. As of right now, this trade is about equal. I don't really think there's anything more to say about that. Evan and Calder, and I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm at 20 minutes. Evan traded Keenan Allen, Pat Fryermuth for Mike Williams, Marquise Brown, and Hayden Hurst. As of this second, Calder got finessed again, and I'm borderline Class A. But Marquise Brown got off, shockingly, and Mike Williams got a tutty. Keenan Allen, I think Keenan Allen will be fine. Keenan Allen might actually be the best player in the deal, but he just had to get healthy. I think Calder managed to get a win with him not playing and Fryermuth not doing his thing, so it's actually somewhat impressive. Right now, I'm going to call it kind of a wash. But listen, guys, I'm at 21 minutes. That's all I got. Y'all know what it is. This is the trash bag. Lack of gas, all of you. It's the trash bag. Like I told Alex, you better get dinner or you're going to become dinner, baby. You better finesse or get finessed. I'm outie.